Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a iced pumpkin spice latte. I just wanted to show you, like, if I were to make pumpkin spice, I would use this coffee with this creamer. Yum yum, extra extra. And then with the French vanilla, obviously with the funfetti, and then the natural caramel with the ID caramel. And then over here we have our flavored syrups. And then of course your toppings, and top it off with the Ready Whip. And I don't use coffee, I use Cafe Bustelo, which is espresso. All right, so here's the espresso machine. This is what it looks like whenever I have everything clean and, you know, everything's been washed and it's just sitting out because I like to have everything ready to go. Okay, so basically you take this doohickey here. This is where the espresso comes out at. So you take this. I need another hand, don't I? I could set it in there. That's what I used to do. So I get my espresso and I get my tablespoon. I don't really know if it's a tablespoon. It came with the espresso machine, but it says to use 1 scoop. I used to because I need to wake up. So give you some espresso like that. And then you put it in your little espresso doohickey like that. So that's 1. And I always pat it down. That way we know it's getting in that cup. All right, and then I go back for another. And it doesn't have to be perfect, like whatever. Put it in there, pat it down a little bit. But you don't have to like pack it so no air comes out, but you know, just to make sure it's like in there and we're getting all of the espresso. All right, so that was just me shaking all the extra that came off the rim, putting it back into the container. All right, so that was Cafe Bustelo. My best friend from work, AKA my new sister-in-law, introduced me to Cafe Bustelo and it changed my life. So thank you, Liz. Shout out to Liz. Okay, so now that we have our doohickey, we need to get us some water. I use the Mr. Coffee cup. That's what it came with. That's what I use. So first, I'm going to take the doohickey and I'm going to turn it kind of sideways. Not completely sideways, but maybe like 2, 3 o'clock. That would be like 1:30. I don't know. Anyways, so if you look right here, it says lock and unlock. So basically, if your handle is pointing towards the lock button, it's locked. And then your handle is pointing towards the unlock, it's unlocked. And if you look up under here, I think you can see, oh, it's kind of dark. But there's like slots that hold it, these little like things on the side. So I just feel around until it locks in place. And so now it's locked in place. And I just turn it. You might have to use 2 hands. So I turn it like that. And what I did was I put my left hand here and then I used my right hand to push this way. So now it's locked in place. And you want to make sure this is flipped down, not up. I forgot to show you that, but I'm just so used to holding it like that I just totally forgot. So anyways, now our doohickey is in place and we're ready for some water. So get me some water. How much water do I get? Funny coming from me, a person who measures everything. I don't know. Just don't fill it completely full. That's all I know. So here we go. We're gonna get some water. And that looks good. All right, so maybe that might be a little bit too full because I do use 2 shots, so a full one won't matter. So I'll just pour a little bit out. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so now that we have our water, we're going to pour it in. Here we go, we're gonna pour it in the back of the tank. Like so. All the way. All right, and then we're gonna put it back under the tray, and you wanna make sure, because of this right here, that you go in at an angle like this and not like this. Because if you go in like this, you're gonna hit it. So I go in at an angle, whoop, just like that. All right, center it. Now it's ready to go. Okay, so over here we have two options. There's brew, which is what we are going to do, which is brew some espresso. And then you have steam. And that's for making hot lattes because you have to steam the milk. And in this case, we're not. We are making an iced latte. So we're gonna go to brew. But before we do that, we have to put our lid on. It's very important that you put this lid on. Number one, because you won't have any espresso come out the bottom. All of the steam, the water will steam out the top of it and it will burn you. It is super, super duper hot. So you have to make sure this is on and it's screwed in really, really tight. Okay. So it's screwed on tight. We got our espresso, we got our water, we're ready to go. All right, so I'm just gonna turn this to brew. And this orange light comes on. And for espresso, it takes 20, maybe 30 seconds. You could probably fast forward through this part. If I knew how to like stop and keep going, I'd do that, but I don't want to mess up the video. So we're just gonna watch it brew. But you can see like the steam coming off of it. It's pretty hot. So yeah, usually while this is going, I get my cup with my ice, fill it all the way up, and then I will pick a flavored syrup of my choice. In this case, I'm going to go with pumpkin spice because 'tis the season, right? Sugar-free, yeah. Which it doesn't really matter because I'm using extra creamer, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm gonna take my syrup and with a tablespoon measuring spoon, I will then put three tablespoons of syrup. So, oh, look, you can see it coming out and it smells so good, but see the smoke? Yeah, that's really, really hot. I don't know if you can see the smoke on camera or not. Anyways, and just like that, it's done. Poof, espresso. It's really strong. Some people think it smells like burnt toast or like cat poop or something. I don't know, but it's espresso. It's super strong. And right now it's super hot. So, we're gonna let that sit and cool off for a few seconds. We got our cup of ice. Now we're going to do 3 tablespoons of our flavored syrup. So let's see if I can do this with 2 hands. All right, so there's 1. Ooh, that's a full one. And then we're gonna do 2. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like it could be a little less, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you do like 3. It's fine. Wow, I can't believe how perfect I got those each and every time. I bet that will never happen again. All right, so I will wash this in a minute. So now that we have our flavored syrup in there, now we need to put our creamer of our choice. So for the pumpkin spice, I decided to go with the extra, just because it's so good, and because I haven't found a pumpkin spice creamer yet, but it's coming. I know it's coming. Okay, so while I did forget the measuring cup, my bad that you have to wait and watch, but I got a measuring cup. It is exactly 1 cup. All right, and we're gonna put 1 cup of creamer. That's right, that's how you make a latte. It's steamed milk and espresso shots. But in this case, we're not doing steamed milk because we're making an iced latte, so we are doing 1 cup of creamer. And because we are using creamer, we are not using sugar because, I mean, lattes don't require sugar anyways, but secretly this has sugar in it. That's why it's so good. And, you know, Dunkin' goes for taste. So anyways, so 1 cup of creamer. Look at how thick it is. It's extra with 2 C's, right? Okay, I think that's good. So we're just going to pour a whole entire cup of creamer into our cup that we filled with ice and put 3 tablespoons of syrup in. Good to the last drop, literally. We won't be that extra though. Okay, so as you can see, our cup's pretty much full, right? So now we're gonna put our 2 shots. It's probably just like a shot and a half that I put 2 espresso in there, but here we go. We're gonna pour this on in, fill her up. I might have put too much ice in there, that's why it's like super full, but I'm literally about to overflow. But we gonna make it work, aren't we? Okay, so that's done. Now you stir, but since it's so full, I'm just gonna like stab it. I guess that's what you could call it. Stab, stab. So yeah, stab it, mix it up. You'll notice the color change. It went from like super dark. It's gonna keep getting lighter the more we stir. Stir, baby, stir. Stir, stir, stir. Okay. And another thing I forgot. So now you're like, oh, like you're done, right? Nope, not done yet. For an iced latte, it's not complete without whipped cream, right? I'm actually gonna take my straw out for this. That is so good. All right, so step 1, I'm gonna do the whipped cream. You can be very generous or very light. It's up to you. And then you top it off with some good old ground cinnamon. So we'll just sprinkle some of that on there and voila! It's an iced latte and it's super full. I want to stick my straw in there and put my lid on. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. I only have 2 hands, not 3. There we go. But yeah, it just kind of sunk on down in there. I'll take a sip. Oh my God, this is so good. And now I can actually put my lid on and close it. And when I do that, oh, it's like heaven. And then you can take your cup and go like this, and the ice will shake it all up and mix it all up. And so you'll have a mixture of your flavored syrup, your espresso, your creamer, and your whipped cream. And there you have it.